Hey, beautiful people, it's your girl Mel here from Team U Finance, and today we're going to talk about how to basically repel the constant borrower. But before I get right into it, I want to give a special shout out to Mauve St. Pierre. Thank you so much for buying me my first cup of coffee as I'm here trying to grow this channel. Your support means so much to me. I also want to give a special shout out to the subscribers that have been on this journey with me thus far. Thank you so much. All right, so let's get into it. The other day I posted a video and I talked about people that you need to stay away from when you're trying to level up your money. I talked about people that are always trying to borrow money. I talked about the crab in a barrel or bucket people. I talked about the baller. I talked about Mr. and Mrs. Broke. It's a whole list. That's another one of my videos, but check it out on my channel. As I'm new to this, I don't really know how to connect the other videos that I did, so just bear with me. But again, if you look at my channel, you could see what I was talking about in that prior video. In any event, again, like I said, I wanted to talk about how you get rid of the constant borrow when you're trying to level up your money. The worst thing that can happen when anybody's trying to make their money is that you have somebody that's always trying to borrow the money. Well, I have a solution for that. But before I give you the solution, I want you to comment, like, subscribe, and share. Again, comment, like, subscribe, and share. Let it go through the algorithm so other people could hear all about what I have to say about the constant borrower. All right, so in order to repel the constant borrower, you have to kind of look at it this way. You have to look at it as, they see you as a source of money. It's literally a job for them to constantly call and borrow from you because they think you have it and they think that you need to share it. So, as I've said before, you always have to have a plan on how to deal with these types of people. So, for me personally, if the constant borrower, the borrower always keeps calling me to ask me for money, the first and second time, yes, I could help you. I could give you something. Heck, I'd even give you some money and say you don't really have to pay me back. But after a while, if I keep doing that for you, you're going to keep thinking that it's okay to borrow. So, the other suggestion is to just simply say no. But you want to kind of do something where the borrower knows that, listen, I've had enough and I want to try to, I need to stop trying to take money from me or from that person. So the simple solution to that is when the constant borrower calls you and asks you for money, how about you flip the script? Flip the script on the constant borrower and say, hey, listen, you know what? It's funny that you're trying to borrow some money from me, but I was going to ask you to borrow some money. What? Yes, you have to flip the script and ask the borrower to loan you some money. You tell the borrower, say, hey, listen, you know what? I've always loaned you money. Now I'm in a jam. Now I'm in a bind. Can you help me? Can you give me some money? I guarantee that borrower is going to stop and think and say, hey, what? What do you mean you want to borrow from me? You're in a better position. So in actuality, you're trying to teach the borrower that, listen, you know what? I know what you're doing. I know what purpose this friendship is for. I know exactly where you're going with this. Once you flip the script and you tell that borrower that you want to borrow some money from them, they're going to say, no way, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to help you. And you know what? I guarantee that borrower is not going to call you anymore and ask you for any money. That's how, one of the ways you get rid of the constant borrower. You flip the script on them. You borrow from them. Now, in reality, we know the borrower is not going to lend you any money. Because remember, you're the money pit. They're always going to come to you for money. And they already believe that you're in a better position. Or they already think that you don't have a need. You don't have a use. You don't need to use your money. And let me tell you something. It doesn't matter how much money you make, how wealthy you are, or even how poor you are. Everybody has something that they need to do with their money. And lending a borrower money all the time is not one of the things that you prioritize. Everybody has their bills to pay. But for some reason, the borrower doesn't think, they don't care about what your expenses are. I had a gentleman say to me once, they were like, oh, my family always borrows money from me and I feel bad when I don't give it to them. And he was like, you know how hard I work to get my job and to make the money that I make. I said, I'm sure you work very hard, but you have to learn to tell them no. You can't let nobody guilt you into feeling bad for saying no. I said, just as how you can go out there and work and make your money and invest your money and do whatever it is you do to make or keep your money, you have to let your family members know the same thing. And again, I can understand if the borrower is a family member. I get it. You feel bad. Maybe growing up, everybody didn't have a lot of money and now you made it. And because you made it, you feel obligated to give the consent borrower some money. I get it 100%. But all I'm basically saying is this. Whether it's a family member, it's a friend, or it's an acquaintance that you know that's always trying to borrow money from you, flip the script and ask them to loan you some money. I guarantee they're going to think twice before coming to you to borrow money again. Other than, flipping the script and asking the consent borrower to loan you some money at one point, you can also ask that borrower, say, hey, listen, all right, okay, even if I hit you up and I loan you some money, what's your plan for paying me back? How you going to give me my money back? I guarantee that borrower does not have a solution on how they're going to pay you back, because remember, you're just a source of income for them. You're a source of income that they're going to take every single day. And the fact that you have the nerves to say, oh, listen, oh, what's your plan? Or what about you loaning me some money instead? They're looking at you like you're crazy. They don't want to hear that. Now, to make it even worse, if you ask the borrower to give you that plan, you're going to say, listen, okay, tell me exactly when you're going to pay me that money back. And you ask the borrower, like, okay, so if you pay your bills, how are you going to give me back my money once I need to pay my bills? I guarantee the borrower is going to tell you that you're absolutely crazy, or they're going to stop calling you. When people try to take advantage of you, or they try to go around you, they try to use you, they try to sidestep you, you have to be strong and put a stop to it. You have to say, hey, listen, I can't keep doing this anymore. Because the more you keep letting them, or the more you keep giving it to them, they're going to keep coming back. Right. Another story. I remember I knew a dude that borrowed some money from a girlfriend of mine. At the time, she wasn't making no great money. She was just starting out. And he was also starting out in the tech industry, was waiting for his check to come through. She loaned him some money. And when she loaned the money, she said, Mel, I've waited and waited. This man is not paying me back. So I said to her, listen, why don't you just ask him for your money? Just ask him, you don't have to be nasty about it. Just simply say, if his name is John, say, hey, John, can you tell me when you're going to pay me back the money? Lo and behold, she did ask him for the money. This gentleman said to her, oh, I didn't give you the money back because I didn't think you needed it. I said, you don't need it? She said, yes, he believed that I didn't need the money. And I said, why would he think you don't need the money? She says, well, I never borrowed from him. And there's times that I've been broke. But she said, you know what? I always pay myself. I always put $1 down. I always put something down for a rainy day. And that's what he wasn't doing. That's why he had to borrow from me. Anyway, make a long story short, story time. The gentleman did end up giving her back the money, but she had to wait a long time to get her money back. And I'm sure she learned the lesson. You can't lend your money to everybody. So again, when a constant borrower comes to you and they're trying to get you to give them your money, flip the script and basically try to borrow from them. I guarantee you they're not going to want to lend you that type of money. And it's funny because people that do those type of things, people that borrow, or people that expect you to give them handouts all the time, when it's your turn to actually, count on them or to ask them for help, they never want to help you. They never want to help you. They don't want to give you anything. They refuse to give you anything. They decide that, look, they're not going to, because they don't think you need it. It's like people like those believe that you don't need any help. And I don't care who you are, what job you have, what title you have in life, what profession you have. Everybody needs help at some point. Not because you believe I'm better off or I'm well off than you. You think that I don't need any help. And that just shows me, if you could think of me like that, you don't have any compassion towards me as a person. You don't care about me, and you certainly don't care about my finances. You just want to rob my finances. So as a result, I now realize that, hey, I either got to cut you off, or again, you got to give me a plan how you going to pay me back, or you're going to have to lend me some money at one point. Beautiful people, if you're enjoying this content and you like what I have to say, please comment, like, and subscribe. I do appreciate the support so far on this channel. It's been such a wonderful journey, and as each day goes by, I'm learning and I'm growing. But again, on this channel, all we talk about is finances, and we talk about money. We talk about the things that are going to level us up and is going to get us to go to a different level in our lives, right? Because, listen, I don't care what anybody says. People say, oh, money's not all, money's not everything. No, money's not the beginning and the end of your life. But in order for you to have a beautiful and blessed life, you need to make sure you have the right amount of money, the proper amount of money. They used to always say when I was growing up, I got to rob Peter to pay Paul. Well, for this year, we're not going to keep robbing Peter to pay Paul. We're not going to. We're going to pay Paul, and we're going to have some left over for ourselves. Right? That is the ultimate goal, to have some money left over for ourselves. We're not going to always keep begging and borrowing. And that was ultimately my message for today, to try to tell, my viewers, or tell people that, listen, it's okay to be kind. It's okay to be generous, but not when you're being taken advantage of. And if you have somebody who's always trying to one-up you, take advantage of you, they believe you don't have a need or a use for your money, or they're trying to, always live their life off of your finance, your income, you got to put a lid on it. You got to cut it out. So in actuality, again, ask the borrower to loan you somebody to help you for once, or you ask that borrower to basically give you a plan on how they're going to pay you back. I guarantee they'll stop calling you, because now you've become very difficult. You're difficult to deal with. They can't use you anymore. And you're basically a waste of time, because you're not giving out that free money anymore. With that said, people, I appreciate everybody that's gotten this far in my video. Thank you so much for listening. Again, comment, like, subscribe, and share. Pass the information to somebody else. These are just a few words of wisdom and encouragement as you begin or you're continuing with your financial journey. This is a perfect way for you, or to feel motivated to want to keep your money so you can level up. Remember, this year, 2025, we are not giving our money out to people anymore. We're not wasting. We're saving. We're opening high-yield savings accounts. We're leveling up. We're buying our houses. We're buying those beautiful cars that we want. We're going to take them vacations that we want to take, that we have not been able to take. And the reason why we haven't been able to do those things is because we've been lending our money to those constant borrowers, or we've been giving our money free. We're stopping that this year. This year, we're leveling up, and we're going to continue growing. All right? All right, people, have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I hope you enjoy this message. Thank you for all your support.